welcome back to another video on my channel. Hope everyone's doing good, hope everyone's doing well. This is a very interesting concept coming out of the African football scene. Now, we all remember, sort of around about this time last year roughly, the European Super League was thrown into our faces. You had the likes of Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, putting themselves forwards saying they were going to join the European Super League. And it's kind of, I think, used as a reason as to why the UEFA Champions League format has been changed in a couple of years' time. They're sort of binning off the first group stage and having a big big league table to do the Champions League early rounds. So we had the European Super League, sort of 12 of the biggest clubs in Europe, well, 11 and Tottenham, were in that sort of system, and so much pressure from the fans. People saying they were going to boycott matches or threatening to play matches around the world, and also these clubs would have to be kicked out of the Premier League and La Liga, and it would be really weird. It'd be like West Ham winning the Premier League because Man City and Liverpool wouldn't be in it. So all these clubs agreed to a European Super League. They then pulled out of it due to pressure of the supporters, and I do think the fans are the most integral, important part of the game, and people like you and I do always win in the end when it comes to us being fans in football, because you take the fans out of football and football is nothing. However, CAF being CAF and Africa being Africa have now introduced the African Super League. The CAF Super League will kick off this time next year in the summer of 2023. So there's going to be one more season of CAF Champions League with a final home and away, which is what should have happened for the last one. And then from next summer, 24 African clubs, which will be based on their CAF ranking, will enter the African Super League with an £82 million prize pot, with the winners themselves receiving about £8 to £9 million. So 24 teams in this African Super League. It's going to essentially probably be maybe like a big league table or a knockout format. No one really knows the structure of it. But why are Africa doing this? Well, first of all, it's going to generate mass revenues. Because of the way the ranking is, the club ranking, you're going to attract the biggest clubs in Africa. You know, Wydad, Raja, Ahli, Zamalek, those sorts of teams, Mamelodi Sundowns, they'll all be involved in this competition. And these sort of clubs will sell out their stadiums. And in addition to that, these clubs have very, very good stadiums, the best stadiums in the continent. So that's the first reason. The revenue generated by this competition is going to be huge. And I think that's why there's such a big prize pot. Suddenly, every weekend, you're going to be tuning in to games like Zamalek against Raja Casablanca, and suddenly that's way more mouthwatering than watching, you know, Ahli beat someone about 6 or 7-0 domestically. So there's going to be blockbuster games every weekend. It's going to generate a lot of revenue, and it's the first continent to use this model. Now, obviously, Europe introduced it, but that was as a breakaway thing from the clubs. It wasn't UEFA that introduced it. This is the opposite. This is CAF introducing it and sort of forcing it upon the clubs. Now, no club in Africa is going to turn down the Super League. Okay, morals go out the window in this continent, and plus, every club entering is going to make a high significant profit if you take part in the African Super League. So every single club will be taking part in this. Now, my issue is Algeria going to get left behind? Because at club level, we're not great at the moment. There's a lot of corruption in our league. You've got Paradu sort of networking and taking all the best youngsters. If a club like, well, you know, Yusma Mouradia, those are huge clubs, right? But they're not finishing first or second in the league recently, okay? Steph, who was nominated in the CAF Awards, came 8th in the Algerian League, 8th to 9th. So, what clubs should Algeria put forward? Because we don't want to be coming last in the African Super League. We're going to look like a right laughing stock. I think it's good in growing the presence of Algerian, well, not just Algerian, in African clubs, because African football is dominated by the national teams and the support for the national teams, not as big with the clubs, particularly for the fans that live abroad. But now, this Super League is going to attract a big audience. You'll get corporations like beIN Sports paying huge amounts of money for the rights to show it. So, what do you guys think of the African Super League? Will it benefit our continent, or is it just a big money grabbing tool? But thanks for watching, subscribe for more. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Drop a like. I'll see you next time.